Hello, it's like in here show you the weather homes. Is so far with weather homes is like so far with the type of nest, and then different homes that you would think of is like so far as building a home, or it could be say interior decorating a home, or it could be leasing a home. That you have it to where you get the red bird right here. You say you get the cardinal, and then along here you got egg. The egg so far with say new beginning, or it could be that staying there, and then staying there for a couple months or a couple of weeks or a couple of years, and then leaving. But you have it to where you get the bird right here. So far as we say, also known as for the woodpecker. But you say woodpecker, or it could be whatever type of bird there is. But you have it to where you got the bird, like the bird will be say migrating and going from one part to just say one part of the continent to another, or it could be just another state, or another county, or whatever it is. But you had the bird right here that would fly, and then you go somewhere else, go to the west or go to the south where it's warmer, and then after that, then you'll find a place where they would like to build a home. And a lot of times is that used to say is that most birds don't have to pay rent. More likely that a lot of us people, we should say it could be the American people, or it could be the Australian people, or it could be the South American, you say Canadian people, or whatever you call it, different places in the world, that you would pay a rent, or as to say you pay taxes or whatever you call it. But more likely they say that a lot of this, it's like has something to do with who has ownership of the property. But more likely, the way I think about it is that if you build the house, or if you build that structure or whatever, more likely the only thing you have to pay for is the property. But more likely that they probably say that whatever it is that the property, if you're only going to live there for maybe 8 weeks or whatever it is, that more likely that he's like continue to live there as long as you like. But then whenever bad weather occurs, so far as it could be hurricanes, or it could be thunderstorms, or whatever it is, the house gets damaged, then more likely the cost is coming out of your pocket. But so far with the bird, that you could think about is that you find a place where you want to build a house, or you want to build a nest, or whatever you call it, that more likely you think about is that the fact about where the surrounding of that land, that more likely that if the house is only going to last for maybe a few months, or a few years, or whatever you call it, and that more likely there could be a bad storm that may come by, and that knock down, as to say, is the knock down the house, or whatever you call it. But of course, that's really nothing to worry about. But so far as if you rent or you lease the property, that more likely they used to say is that if you can afford the property, and no matter if you say this, so far as if it's rent to own, so far as a birdhouse rent to own, or it could be rent and lease, or it could be ownership. We used to say so far as the ownership certificate, or whatever you call it, that more likely you could always think about the fact about is that well it's your property. And to say this, maybe you can do whatever you want with the property as long as you don't do something illegal. But so far with the birds, as you have it to where that with the birds, that if you're going to pay rent, then if the birds were to pay rent for any other reason, then more likely maybe it is to produce the Easter eggs for each and every year for Easter time, for whenever spring comes. But so far as the weather, the weather is the homes, and so far with the cardinal, and along with the details, as to say, of the different continents, and so far with the cardinal, and say the weather home coloring with the cardinal